everybody! How's everyone's Tuesday going? What are people up to? How are things going? Alright. What are we up to today? What are we poking around on? What are we getting going? Hey, Felix, Gematsu. Happy to see some regular faces in the chat today. We're going to be poking around today, just doing our regular stuff, getting some things going. We've only got a few buildings here that say that they're done, but basically everything's going to finish while we're on stream today. We got a bunch of things coming up on a cooldown here shortly. Lots of panels finishing in the next half hour or so. Hey, lots of first-time chatters. Cold-Hearted, Snob, Adrian, Ari, welcome on in. Happy to have everybody. Anyone who is new here, how'd you find us? Where are you from? We're going to start by, obviously, firing off one of our eats here. We're not going to... we're going to Rusty Rigs right off the bat. We're gonna throw a couple of these in here today. We gotta hit that rig. Gotta give it away. Hey, Mom's Steady Seedy. That's a very difficult name to pronounce. I will call you Mo. Welcome on in. How is everybody doing? What are people up to? Alright, let's see. Santi hit a rover today. He was in shock. Oh, nice. I'm doing alright. We're just poking around today. Hey, Doc Downrange. How's it going? we do have some stuff finishing up here. So I've been trying to regularly throw some amount of stamina into water filtration for some life science experience. Just working our way along on that track. Just gaining a little bit of time, like 100 at a time every, chunk of water filtration that we're doing. Oh, but we're out of ice. That's going to be a bit of an issue. I guess we have some soy that we could spend stamina on here. That'll get us a good chunk of life science experience. Yeah, your boy is, he's not very focused on life science. But that's the thing, you gotta do the stuff that other people aren't doing, right? Try and specialize in a skill that, you can demand high wages because you're, like, one of the only people with that skill. Hey, Dan Oritz, welcome on in. Happy to have you. Alright, what else are we doing here? So that training will get going. We're probably going to need more electrical research. So if you're a newer player and you haven't already figured out sort of what you want to do and what buildings you want to get set up, highly, highly recommend getting some libraries put down and starting on... I guess we have some room to get more in here, don't we? Yeah. Sort of like in around all these solar panels. We could get a few more libraries put in right here. We sort of have this string of libraries like right here. So I guess we can put more here. Hey, Venoms, Norok, welcome on in. Man, so many first-time chatters today. How's everybody doing? How'd you find us? Everyone making their way in from the Discord? Coming from anywhere else? Alright, to get this library up to level 2, we're going to go buy 4 library shards. We do have some available here, so we'll grab those. And we'll grab a library blueprint. Oh, those are almost out now. Does Rusty Rigs only drop common rarity? Yes. But for 20 Dusk, I think it's a steal of a deal for a common rig. Yeah, those libraries are almost out, so if you're looking for them, gotta grab one quick there. Those solar panel packs are all sold out. I wonder if we go to our surveyor's shop, if... okay, it's another... Oh, it's a long while left on this one. We could probably do a grind and brew pack. We have enough to do a couple things today, so... We won't do this grind and brew giveaway. We've given away a few grind and brews over the last like handful of streams already. We'll probably do a greenhouse today. We'll see how we're feeling near the end of the stream, what people are after, what we're doing, and how things are going. Let's get this guy upgraded for now. Evening, hey, Anganis, welcome on in. Coffee is never enough. Yep. So yeah, I was saying if you're a newer player and you're wondering like what buildings you should be putting down, I was gonna say a library is a fantastic investment. If we just have a look at how much it costs to make this electrical research, novice electrical research, for a paper, a cell, some electronic bits, some other stuff. We can basically slap this together. It does take a long time, it takes 2 days, but very cheap to put together, right? How can we increase maximum stamina? It only goes up to 70. Hey, OP Influencer, welcome on in. And if we look at Novice Electrical Research, sells over 100 Dusk. Like, this is wild. So 100 Dusk, and it costs you like 246 worth of bits, a broken power cell we saw in there, like another 3 Dusk. Like, it's gonna cost you under 50 to make that, and you're gonna sell it for over 100. That's crazy profits. But yeah, if you're asking, can you go over 70 stamina? Yeah, so you can have like 69 stamina, and then you can eat, and then you can go over 70. But you can't gain stamina when you're over 70 already. Affordable way to obtain a library. You could win one in a giveaway. You could buy one in the shop. That's always a possibility. You could... I'm not sure how much they are on Atomic Hub. Yeah, sorry, Munner Bayor. Best chance is to... You want to shoot an email to support or ask someone over on the Discord. I have bad internet. What's the building size of the library? Library is 15. All special buildings are 15 size. Hi all, loving the content. Hey, Webby. Thank you. A giveaway where? We do those giveaways on the stream sometimes. We could maybe do a library today. We could give someone a library. Is it worth upgrading the training hall to level 2? Good question. Okay, so if anyone's new here, you're new to the stream, and one of the big things that we do here is answer questions from anybody who has them. You ask whatever you want to know about any buildings. We always answer and we check in with every single question that people ask. So, training hall. You would only upgrade the training hall when you become limited in levels. So, basically at level 1, you can train skills up to 20. Once you want to go over 20, your building needs to be level 2. So once it's level 2, you can go up to 40 and all the way up to level 10. So at level 10, you can train your skills up to 200. So for example, because this skill is over 60, for us to train between 60 and 80, we need our training hall to be level 4. That's this building level here. Look on Atomic Hub and let you know in a second. I knew this 15 special building. Yeah, there's a lot to remember. That's fair. An accommodation can also give you a training hall and a library. There you go. Big Boy Marinko has the right idea as well. You might want to spend that accommodation on a land or a solar panel, though, so it's probably cheaper. Well, I guess your library and your training hall are going to add up to about 4, 5, 6, 700 Dusk, about the same as a land, yeah. Why is it so hard to smelt aluminum? Always 2 to 3? Yeah, so basically if we go over and we look at any of these smelting buildings, and we look at the outputs for them, the 2 to 15 is not saying it is an even chance between 2 and 15. If you actually go read the player guide, it'll tell you the average amount that you're going to get is between 2 and 4. And then any amount over that is an additional drop with a smaller percent chance. But the player guide will give you a better breakdown of exactly how that works. About 80 wax for a library. Yeah, there you go. Or 750 Dusk in-game. So, they should work out too. Yeah, those are roughly close. What's the purpose for upgrading skills like mining or scavenging? Thank you, Farmer, for asking. Anyone tuning in for the first time, if you are not aware, there are gates to skills coming. So what that means is, in the near future, you will require a higher electrical level in order to do charge power cells. So charge power cell 1 won't have any limits on it, but charge power cell 2 or 3 is going to have like a required maybe you'll have to be apprentice, which is level 25, or maybe you'll have to be journeyman for level 3, like 50 electrical. Those numbers are just throwing out some numbers. Those aren't the exact ones. That's nothing is decided on the back end, but that is something that is coming. You will need higher levels to do tasks in the future. So for mining and scavenging specifically, you're going to see that same breakdown for ice mining 1, 2, and 3, where you're going to require certain levels of mining in order to do each one. And scavenging, you'll get better results on the loot table in the future. Hey, Captain Redbeard, welcome on in. Bortle Music, welcome. Common land plots on Atomic Hub are also 80 wax, so the library and land are about the same, but if you do your accommodation, you get a bonus training hall, basically using your accommodation that way. Going for a land this time, we'll try that next, yeah! So, really, you have to decide what's going to be best for you. Anyone, if you're a brand new player, you're just tuning in, you've never played Million on Mars, save your daily rations, don't eat your rations, and use those 30 rations to get a Duskwork accommodation. So you can go and you can turn that accommodation in for solar panels, or a training hall and a library, or for different lands in the future. Yeah. So if you're a newer player, you have no land, you might want to grab a land first. If you're lacking solar to run all your stuff, you might want to grab a solar panel as your next thing. But maybe you want a training hall and a library, because this is just really good value for those buildings, right? Alright, let's head back to our plots and start poking around, because we can see some stuff is starting to finish up. We've got some titanium plates coming in here. 11 titanium plates. I don't think we can make anything. We're pretty far away from... Oh, we can get some aluminum going. Okay, so let's get all that aluminum thrown into a machine shop. I'm guessing... Oh, yeah, we had a bunch of smelters finish earlier today, so we have a lot of spare ore kicking around. A bunch of aluminum ore that we made today. I wonder if did we make any copper today? No, we're a little short on copper to make more electronic parts. How long have you been playing? I've been playing a month, but I still have no idea what I'm doing, aside from solar panels. So, Cold-Hearted Snob, I've been playing since the beginning of the game, the early beta, since day one. Yeah, but that's a great starting point. Like, learn how solar panels work, learn how to charge your power cells, because that's going to be your basis for learning everything else. Every other building requires you to have those power cells. So, I mean, that's a fine place to start from. And you're going to focus on saving up your electrical experience. How do you get shards? So you can find shards by scavenging. You can also find shards by doing rover missions. So you send out explorer rovers, and the results from these rover missions will bring you back shards. I'm saving up for another Dusk accommodation, but wondering if the ration path is the only way to get them. Yes, Rico, currently that is the only way. Started less than a month ago, have one plot of land with solar panels, a water filter, and a greenhouse. I have some extra solar panels and a CAD that can't fit. Would you recommend getting more land with my first one, or the training hall and library? So right now, if you aren't able to place your buildings, you're going to need more land to be able to place that training hall and library anyway. So I would say pick up that land first, and then just win a library in a giveaway today. Tell you what, everyone who's tuned in today, that is what we will give away at the end of the stream. We'll give away one training hall and one library to somebody who is tuned in. Training hall, library. And I'll throw in, one of each chapter as well, which is huge if you don't already have all those chapters. Rations are the only way to get accommodations. Yes, that's correct. By the way, I found on one of my laptops, scavenging cooldown is 30 seconds, and on another one, it is 3 seconds. Yeah, so that might just be, like, lag on your computer, or, you know, that is a localized issue, not a game issue, as far as I am aware. Are there instances where you should buy something off the market instead of making them yourself? Of course, but that's just a lot of spreadsheets and math to figure it out. It'll wait 2 months and I'll get the big one. A library for everyone? No, we'll do one giveaway and one person will win a library, a training hall, and one of each chapter. Yes. Which special building do I consider the most profitable to start with? Well, that's a really tough one because it's not like some buildings are more profitable and the value that you get from them changes over time. So for example, Cantina was better in the past and is worse now. So there's not really a consistent answer to that one. And also, like, running a Cantina here requires a lot of support. You have to be able to create, like, a ton of ice and a ton of metal bits every 5 hours, right? For me to run this task. Where, like, a library requires very little input. Like you saw, we looked at the electrical research at the beginning of today's stream. It requires maybe 50 dusk worth of parts to make one electrical research every 2 days. And that also requires a lot less check-in time. And you'll make about 50 dusk every 2 days by doing that one. How many happy hours per day? 2, I believe? Hey, Sir Mordos, welcome on in. Happy to have you. Welcome to the stream. If you want to go fast and have a lot of buildings, maybe 150 space? Yeah, I mean, how much space you need just depends on sort of your solar panel production, all those things. How big of an empire you want to try and run and manage, because it can get out of hand pretty quick. Bartender, a round of libraries all around. Hey, Cryptograms, welcome. I guess we started this Cantina 10 minutes after the rest of these. That's okay, though. Do we have any... Oh, we're out of stamina, so we don't have a lot of other tasks we're gonna run ourselves. Yeah, I mean, it depends how large your lands are really getting, right? Whether you're calling them a settlement or a this, that, the other thing. We were also... okay, we have no skills left to train, but I think it's not because we're out of stamina, it's actually because we're out of research. So for people tuning in, we were talking about special buildings, we're talking about how much you can earn from each one. We were just showing the Cantina. New buildings come out all the time, Bravery. Like, the engineering bay, like, this came out last week. They're releasing new stuff all the time. Usually you find those drops on Thursdays to get new buildings. What time does the reset for the scavenger tools happen? I always miss out. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Rico. Scavenging tools are now produced by players in the 3D print shop and purchased on the secondary market. So for example, once my fabrication gets high enough, I'll be able to go in here, make novice scavenging tools for people, and go sell them on the secondary market. They're not reset anymore. We don't sell them in the shop anymore. What does the engineering bay do? So the engineering bay is for constructing habitats currently, but some future recipes will be coming to it as well. So right now it creates all the parts for making habitats, so you can make airlocks and air systems and habitat skeletons and start getting all the pieces ready. You can also make shards for upgrading habitats, and you can make shards for upgrading your engineering bay. All of these require very high fabrication levels, so it's going to be a long way away before most players are able to use and create habitats. So that's why some new lower level recipes will be coming to the engineering bay to make them more useful for newer players in the near future. The pack for 100 dusk in the shop. Oh, Rico, I understand that one that you're talking about. I don't think that one has been restocked since players have been able to make it themselves. but I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't think this one has been restocked. And I don't know if it's going to be restocked now that players can make them themselves. I want to congratulate you. I love this game. Hey, thank you, Bravery. Really appreciate it. Our library is limited. Will there be more in the future? So this library pack gets restocked like fairly often. You can probably guess that this is going to end up the same way as these other ones. The tea shop, the radio, the training hall, the cantina, where you can just go and you can buy all those buildings by themselves. Is the habitat only useful for big landowners? Correct. Yes. Big land... so habitats are going to be very expensive to make. They're going to require a lot of work to maintain, and the largest benefit from them is going to come from people who have a lot of land and want to rent out all the buildings on their land. Yeah, so we were going to do like the full math here for somebody who was curious on what it costs to make and use an electrical research. So... or not to use it, but just to make it. So we go in here, Electronics 101. So we're going to look at half of a battery is going to cost 1 dusk. Your stamina, we roughly say costs 5 dusk, so we're up to 6 here. We looked at electronic bits, they're about 2 each, so that's another 6, so it's about 12. 13, 14, maybe 15 for a power cell, 16, 17... So it's going to be under 20 dusk. It's going to cost you about 20 dusk in total to create an Electronics 101 research in your library. And then you can turn around and people will pay, because I am about to go do it to show you, like larger players who don't want to wait the 48 hours are absolutely going to go in here and they are going to pay 125 or more, like over 100 dusk to purchase these electrical researches. So, you're a new player, get yourself a library, start making the researches. They're in high demand, and they're going to continue to be as people level up. What are the benefits of upgrading the training hall? Hey, Bravery, we already went over this one, but basically, and see, like, please, make me these researches. Nobody's selling them. I'm paying 125 each. Benefits of upgrading a training hall are 20 level cap per training hall level. So you can level your skills up to 20 at level 1, up to 40 at level 2, all the way up to 200 at level 10. Can you sell me a mushroom grow recipe? I would if I had spares and if you were able to sell them, but they are not currently sellable on the marketplace, if I remember correctly. Right? Recipes? Yeah, recipes are not sellable right now. I got 945 electronic experience, and level 1 requires 250. Why didn't I level up? Hey, Arvin, you're going to have to get yourself a training hall, and then you can level up your skills in here. So once you have the required amount, you just go into a training hall, you hit confirm, and it levels up that skill. Requires a little bit of stamina and dusk to level up. Working on research papers, and they take a long time. Yes, Cryptogram. It's going to take a while to get those research papers, which is why you'll notice players like me who need a lot of research papers for higher level skills, just boatloads of libraries at level 2 pumping out research papers in basically every single one. Hey, Sir Mordos, is there going to be an additional benefit to being proficient in electricity except being able to charge Power Cell 3? For example, reducing time or stamina used? You can anticipate that there will be unique things that are unlocked for each skill as you get really high level and you get a lot more specialized and proficient in that skill. As well as, yeah, minor benefits like that in the future. Yes. Will there be a new building that will consume only 5 space like a grind and brew? I have some 5 spaces left over in my common land, and I don't want to put the common Gen 1 core building since I have higher rarities and solar panel Gen 1 common is expensive. There may be in the future. I think one of the rarities of habitats takes up 5 space, but that's not really a high option. Grind and brews, solar panels, yeah, keep an eye out for future buildings that may fit that space. Surveyor coins will buy mushroom cake recipe. I don't think so, Cryptograms. I believe that's one you have to research in the library. Your surveyor shop recipes are all shards and like things that you make. Where your library researches are your drops from doing like mushroom tea is from doing life science research. Same with grow mushroom at like a level 8 or 9 library. What are the benefits of upgrading skills? Bravery, we just talked about it. So, yeah, unlocking skills. So in the future, skills are going to be required in order to do these different charge power cell levels or the different mining levels. You're going to need to be a better miner in order to do, like regolith mining 1, 2, and 3 will be locked behind, say, apprentice or journeyman for the levels as you go up. And they'll be required for other like higher level, more end game stuff in the future. So before reaching the cap of 400 work jobs, the habitat is not necessary if I understand correctly. Ashenhood, I suppose that's accurate. I'm not going to hit 400 capacity, but I'd rather play with my friends and people from the stream and let them come and live in my settlement in the future with a habitat, rather than paying, like, faceless people from the marketplace, or from the jobs marketplace. But yeah, you're correct. Roughly the way that you're thinking and explaining that is true, yes. Is it possible for us to level up our skills, mining, electrical, etc., by doing jobs rather than... Yes, absolutely. Anganas. Anganis. Going in here, taking jobs, so I have 50 fabrication jobs, or 50 stamina worth of fabrication jobs offered here. Ideally, once these get filled, they'll move into worked jobs, but people aren't offering a lot of fabrication jobs, so... Sir Mordos, I'm willing to sell you novice electrical research at 150 dusk. That's what they should cost. They cost like 20 to make. 20. That's quite the markup that you're charging there. Alright, we'll finish another transport ice. So if you were wondering, yeah, for Cantina, you can see how much we're profiting here, right? So this is about 400 dusk from doing this task, but it costs us 200 metal bits, which is maybe, I mean, it's pretty close. It's like probably just close to break even, but we're getting scavenging experience by doing it. Yeah, it's good profit, but the amount of stuff that goes into it, right, costs roughly that amount. 1,700 ice. Yeah, so if we look at 1,750 ice is 80 dusk. Oops, don't want to buy that. So 80 dusk, and if we look at some metal bits, and we're using 200 of those, is 247, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 327. So it's, you know, it's some profit, but it's not like a massive earner. But it is earning that amount every 5 hours while that task is available. And, you know, it depends if you... Like, I mine all my own ice for the most part. You just saw us buy a little bit there, but that's because our timers didn't happen to line up. We've got loads of ice finishing here in just under an hour. Hey, Gamatsu, we already talked about this, but you get shards by advanced scavenging and from doing rover missions. So explorer rover missions here have lots of shards that they'll find. Hauler missions have lots of shards that they'll find. So haulers can find up to epic, and explorers can find all the way up to mythic. Better late than never. Hey, Jeepuelo, welcome on in. How's your day going? What are you up to? Have you ever gotten a key card in transporting ice? I'm sure I have copious amounts of key cards here. I don't think you get them from... Oh, yeah, you do get them from transporting ice. I think it was in the loot table there. Did I pass it? Did somebody see it? Oh, here we go. I have 36 copper key cards. I have found a lot more keycards than I have lockboxes. Hey, Zate, welcome on in. We've also got some Bazaar coins, so we could go look at the Bazaar. Still struggling with solar panel prices. Yes. 36. Yep, we got a couple. We could probably sell some. I don't even know. What are they going for? I've just been holding on to them for so long. Yeah, I mean, I guess we've got almost 650 Dusk worth of keycards sitting around. It's basically a lockbox by itself. It's 2 lockboxes worth of keycards. Scavenging or taking jobs, which is best for new players? Hey, Aravin, that's gonna depend on what your focus is. So, do you want scavenging experience? Do you want experience in electrical or mining? Do you plan on doing one of those things in the future when you eventually save up and get your own buildings? Because that's gonna decide your path, right? Alright, let's see, what else? We could buy 1 copper just to get a task going. How do we get Bazaar coins and Cantina coins? Okay, so we head to the shop. Cantina coins are pretty straightforward. We go to Cantina, and we hit Cantina coins. And you can trade in 1 aluminum plate for 10, or you can trade in a titanium plate for 25. So that's how we acquire Cantina coins. So if you have a lot of plates, you can, you know, turn in for like just tons of Cantina coins. Bazaar coins are the same thing. You scroll along the side here, you find whatever you want to trade them in for. So say epic shards, for example, and you trade in shards that you don't want. For example, our Chem Lab and our 3D print shop are already maxed out, so we don't care about these ones. We'll trade those in. Same with like Sab reactors. I already have all my epic Sab reactors maxed out. Same with machine shops. Same with smelters. So we can trade all these coins in to get Bazaar. Oh yeah, thank you, Cryptograms. We will hit Rusty Rigs here. We got to get one today. I really like to give one away today. So basically, all of my epics, except for like solar panels, I'm saving, and Roverworks and mining rigs. Everything else we're kind of turning into coins, and then we are going to take those coins. Martian Mechanic, trade volume for all levels of research seems very low, because the turnover on creating those researches is 2 days. It takes a very long time to create research. The coaches to get one are impossible. Zate, I think that may be a spelling thing, or an autocorrect thing. You can give me anything you like. Oh, chances, gotcha. Yeah, Rico, we'll do the giveaway here at the end of the stream today. We'll give away that training lab, a library, and 1 of each chapter. Alright, let's see. We're also popping into, like, each building as it's finishing up here. Talk to someone who's gotten 2 from Rusty. I mean, we've won some, but never on stream. That's a lot of CO2 and none of the other things. We'll do another Rusty Rigs here. I've already forgotten what we went to. Oh, we went to get Bazaar coins. Yes, 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 yes. So 93 coins should be enough for us to get a free blueprint today, I think, so we can show off what that's going to look like. We're going to get an epic building at the end of all of this. That's the plan. So we turn in all these coins, and it costs us 6 shards for each one. So we're hoping for better shards of a different type. So like, we turn some into machine shop shards. So really, we're hoping to see solar panel shards as a result on all of these. What do you mean, Zate? What are you referring to? Alright, so we're gonna turn all these guys in. And so there was a Roverworks shard. I think it was only 1. But yeah, so basically every time you roll one of these and you turn 6 shards into 1 shard, you get a house credit as a result. It's sort of a pity token to say, sorry you rolled a 1. So here you saw 6 of our rolls were a 1. Sometimes they will also roll up to a legendary. You saw some legendary shards in there. But these house credits are what we're saving up towards this blueprint. So if we fail a certain amount of rolls... Oh, Zate, I mean, don't worry about the size of this setup. This is like... Every player is going to be their own thing. Yeah, I've been playing since the very beginning of the game with like a fairly hefty investment. This is end game big stuff. Don't worry about the size of this settlement compared to your own settlement. This is also like going to be a huge opportunity once habitats come out for players to gather in settlements like this. So you can come and you can utilize all these buildings and you can come and benefit from all the stuff that bigger players have set up by making fun communities. So on the stream here, we'll absolutely make a little team and we'll get some stuff going. We'll give away prizes if we can figure out like little competitions, like who gets the best pull from a setup. Yeah, we'll figure something out there. It sounds like it'll be a lot of fun for sure. Just happily growing my sprouts. Right on, Wax. Wax on, wax off, wax on and off. Nice. I like that username. It's great. It sounds complicated, but starting slow and using the Excellent Players Guide, you'll get there. Yep, absolutely. Just takes a little while to figure everything out. Join a guild, there's plenty to do. Yep, absolutely. Oh, if you haven't already, if you're brand new here, definitely make your way to the Discord. The community over there, super friendly. Loads of support, loads of information. Everyone will help you out. Everyone will get you sorted. Yeah, just great place to hang out. What does the smelter do? The smelter turns regolith into all of the other metals. So you can make iron ore, copper, steel, aluminum out of regolith. I'm the same, got a common land and a basic setup, looking to upgrade to a rare land and a setup. Yeah, it's just slowly saving up, learning things as you go, figuring out what to do. Okay, so you'll see here, we have now saved up at least 75 house credits. We are guaranteed to get an epic building in this roll. Yeah, exciting stuff. So basically, I mean, you saw we spent a ton of shards though. This was like 75 times 6 worth of shards. 75 times 6 shards. So we spent 450 shards, probably costing like 2 to 3 dusk each. So probably like a little over 1,000 dusk worth of shards to get a building. And so if you look at the prices for all these on the market, for 1,000 dusk, you could probably buy whichever one you're already after. But if you happen to hit like a Roverworks, a solar panel, or a mining rig, then, you know, a much better payout. That 1,000 dusk worth of shards that we just invested can absolutely be turned into like a much better... So basically you're using all those shards that you just sort of had laying around from running rover missions, if you're someone who runs a lot of rover missions. Hey, it's Vallacy! And you're just hoping for a mining rig or like a factory. You know, one of those big fancy buildings is the dream. A solar panel would be great. We won't be giving this one away. We kind of need whatever we're getting here to pay off the large amount of shards that we just threw into it. But yeah, an epic machine shop. There we go. Player guide is, oh yep, the player guide, the stream, the YouTube. The YouTube has excellent tutorials for like brand new players. Yep. Yeah, Winnie, Frederick, welcome on in, using the Discord and this stream. Yeah, so the stream is really useful in that you can directly come here, you can ask your questions, and we'll open up whatever it is you're wondering about. We'll dig right into it. Bravery, did we hit enough info for you on the smelter? Did you actually want us to like pop it open and have a look at some of the tasks? Or were you just looking for like what it does generally? It's good info. Thanks, Captain Redbeard. Everyone make sure you go over to the Discord. I had a few issues with my plots, which got stuck thanks to Kyle, helping me resolve the issues. Kyle is fantastic player experience support. Kyle will help you resolve any issues that you have. He's such a good person to contact over on the Discord if you need any assistance. Check the community YouTubes in the Million on Mars Discord. There's a lot there. Yeah, of course. Can we open the smelter? Yeah, we can go over. We can have a look there. yeah, we've got such a fantastic team. The people there are really engaged. You can basically always find someone available. If you ever need support, you can ping community team, and someone will get back to you. Okay, let's go pop open a smelter here and have a look. This one's full, so we'll pop open this guy. So yeah, we basically turn regolith, power, and stamina into aluminum. Is the Explorer rover profitable? Yes, unless it breaks, and then you broke your rover, and then you lose money. Hey, thanks, Cryptogram. I appreciate that. And so they cost different amounts of regolith. So iron costs you 500, aluminum costs you 1,000, copper costs you 1,500, and titanium costs you 2,500. All of them are going to give 2 to 4 on average, and the extra amounts between an additional 1 to 10, 1 to 11 is like a big bonus on top if you hit the lucky roll. So normally you're just going to get 2 to 4 most of the time. Steel requires you to have CO2 and iron, a fair bit of iron actually, to turn it into steel with the same chance, 2 to 4, and that chance at that bonus. We also do have smelt glass in here, but this requires like a very high machining level in order to make. Most players aren't going to be doing this anytime soon. What size smelter? So currently the size of the rarity and the level does not restrict these tasks. But you could also expect these to be restricted in the future with like machining or mining being required, right? It requires an amount of machining experience. So everyone could smelt iron, but you'd need some levels to do aluminum, copper, titanium, and a very high level to smelt steel and glass. 15 titanium. All right, Vallacy, okay. So a lot of our solar panels are going to be finishing up here, and so as they finish, we pop into them and we just recharge them, throw all those power cells back into them, take the full ones, plug in the empty ones. We'll also make our way around to, say, all these rover works to plug in those power cells so we have more empties to do some more. In love with this game, keep up the good work. I started from basic things like doing jobs and mining and then reinvesting, and now I have a little empire. Hey, that's exciting! Congratulations, Nova. It's so cool to hear people's success stories from, like, very beginning. I just grubbed around in the dirt until I found some empty power cells, and eventually I sold enough stuff to buy my first land. And then I used my duskwork accommodation, I grabbed myself a solar panel. And then I threw down some factories, and now I'm like actually making stuff and profiting. Vallacy, you need to upgrade my solar panels to get that T3 charge. It would help so much. Yeah, 100%. This is like the only game I spend any time on. Yeah, Zate, I spend a fair bit of time playing Million on Mars. Okay, did we fill all of our rover works? Did I miss one? No, okay, we threw all of these in. So I only have about 100 empties right now. Maybe I need to go around to all these mining rigs and throw some power cells in those. Because I need a lot of empty power cells in order to charge more power cells on this plot. Yeah, that's a super cool story. I love hearing that stuff from people. I love Million on Mars. Why did you bring in the 59-day limit? Play to earn? Why? Could there be a different method? Thanks. Hey, Charisma! So you're specifically talking about what happens when if you ever give away your very last land, your account gets a 60-day timer for, because you gave away your last land. So you can email support, you can let them know you weren't aware of that, it wasn't intentional, but the purpose is to avoid people handing lands off from account to account, you know, being able to withdraw, like, a lot of dust by botting, that kind of thing. It's a preventative measure. How much time do you need on Million on Mars? So you can set up, so you saw we were talking about the libraries, right? Where it takes 2 days to make electrical. You could set up a bunch of libraries and log in like every 2 days, or you can set up a whole involved process that runs like every 4 hours, and you can log in multiple times a day. So, sort of as much or as little as you want to spend. Bravery, you're asking a guide for each building. So we have all the tutorials on the YouTube. Definitely go through like what each building does, and the player guide does in-depth on the upgrades. If you're in the Discord, you could do the little you could do this upgrades. It'll tell you all the upgrades in the Discord as well. It'll pop out a nice little spreadsheet that'll give you all of that information. Can you calculate how much Dusk cost to level, for example, electronics to max level? I mean, that's going to be basically impossible because there aren't set prices for the higher level researches yet. So if you don't know what I mean by that, in order to get higher level researches, you need to use lower level researches and turn 3 of one into 1 of the next one. So apprentice research you can make with 0 risk. But to get journeyman research, you need to use 3 apprentice research. We'll show what that means here in just a second. Let me finish plugging in these last couple of solar panels. But the reason I say it's not really clear is because nobody has tried making those higher level researches, and we don't know what people are going to sell them for or how they're going to value them yet. You could do the math on, like, if you succeeded 100% of the time, how much those papers would cost. But yeah, nobody's making those higher level research papers yet. Oh, we're 3 cells short. Hold on. Let's just throw some power cells into something. Is there anything with a bit of empty space? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Besides the time and experience needed, how is it possible for new beginners to catch up at that cost? Well, you're not behind. Nobody has anywhere near that level of skill. There's nobody who's even the best player in the game with the most leveled up skills has not gone past level 50. And if you see, like, in my training hall, like, I don't have any skills. Like, scavenging, sure, but this doesn't require any research papers. And other than scavenging, like, 20 is, like, the highest any of my skills are. So, it's not really that limiting right now. It's just a slow grind, and most players should probably be specializing in, like, 1 skill. If I claim land that is far away in another region, is there a way to see the status of buildings in one view? All my plots next to each other. Hey, wax on and off. Yes, absolutely. You head to your inventory. And regardless of where your plots are, you'll be able to see them. So, you know, I have some here, and I can see those, and I can see some here, and I can see those. If you have any tasks finished, it will show you on this screen. They'll light up with little red dots, and it'll tell you how many tasks are finished on all the different spots. The Mon Player's Guide is the best in any game I've seen. Absolutely, use the player guide. It's got so much depth and explanation. Don't try and catch up, just enjoy the game, find your niche. Yep, you won't catch the guys from... Yeah, so you're not going to catch the biggest players who are throwing tons and tons of money at the game. It's kind of like, you know, any large MMO. You're not going to... You're just not going to be at the same level as people who are investing tons and tons of money. But you can choose your own thing to work on. Like, people who, you know, maybe your thing is like finishing all the quests in an MMO, right? Or maybe you're collecting the most berries or whatever. You know, maybe you could be the person who has the largest collection of waste. Maybe you're the person who owns the most waste of anyone on Mars. That could be a thing. You could be that guy. You really set your own goals, and you play to have fun in your own way. Like, personally, I'm really just working towards leveling up my fabrication right now, because that's the thing that's limiting me in getting my habitats, which I want in order to play with other people on this settlement in the future. So, like, that's just a personal goal. That's not what everybody needs to be doing, and in fact, that's not what I would recommend everybody do. Most players don't need habitats. I think most players should be focusing on their libraries, their training halls, finding a skill that they like, maybe creating some lore for yourself, you know, telling your own stories on Mars. So for anyone who's been tuning in, you know, at the end of the stream today, we're going to be giving away a training hall, a library, one of each chapter. If you would like to win those things at the end of today, I'd like to remind everyone that you do need to be following the stream in order to be entered in those giveaways. What else? Any other questions? Anyone wondering about any of our buildings, any of these things that we've been talking about today? Anywhere else you'd like us to visit, talk about, explore, dig into? We've got enough PLA here, or enough stuff to make another round of PLA, but we need some we actually need 7 stamina. So I'm going to go to the pirate radio and play some songs here to gain a little bit of bonus stamina. If you haven't already, we put out a video on the pirate radio. Oh, you want to see the Polar Workshop? Yes, of course, we can go have a look. Chem Lab, we're just going to start a round of PLA here. If you're not aware, PLA, a very cheap entry point to get lots of chemistry experience. It's pretty cheap to make sorghum and carbon dioxide. These are both relatively inexpensive input materials. Alright, so we'll get some of that going. We'll go look at our Polar Workshop. We actually have enough to upgrade it here, so we'll throw an upgrade on here. And then we're a little away from the next one. Okay, so in our Polar Workshop, we can drill for ice, which, if you can't afford a mining rig, a Polar Workshop's a kind of a cheaper in-between step, where you can use your power and stamina to dig up some, like, way larger amounts of ice than you would find from scavenging. You also have Rodriguez Well, which will drill into the ice and melt it and just drag water out of the ground. So stamina and power, and will bring you water pumped to the surface. And you have stem sets for Earthlings, which basically sends off some ice and regolith. And this dusk chance is mostly going to be 0, but if you look in the player's guide, you can see the breakdown. That 2,000 is a 1% chance. I think usually you'll get 100. But yeah, basically you're investing maybe 150 or 200 dusk worth of stuff. You're going to get 100 back most of the time. What is the use of having the chapters and the music of Million on Mars? Oh, okay. So yeah, so that's how stem sets work. We can fire off one of those. That's fine. Okay, so chapters are used in the library. After you deposit them, you can scroll down to your bookshelf, and these will be lit up after you've deposited those chapters. You hit complete chapter, and you get a research paper every day from reading each chapter. This will change in the future. You won't always get all these research papers. However, and like if you do the math on the value for those, these research papers are right now earning you like 10 dusk a day just from collecting research papers. So getting those 3 chapters unlocked. Oh, and the first time you read each chapter, you get 150 dusk. So definitely look into that. If you don't already, like, library is such a good investment. How to get more vibes? Sorry, maybe a stupid question. Maybe you've been too lazy to investigate. Vibes come only from scavenging and depositing soundtracks. So that's what the music for Million on Mars is for. You deposit it into the game and you get vibes. So like a very, very good... Vibes have very high value. They're like 4 to 5 dusk each. Depositing one song gives you 25 vibes. Depositing a soundtrack, if it's a regular one, will give you 250. If it's a gold one, depositing the whole soundtrack will give you 300. 100 back most of the time is right. Yes, Valicy, that is accurate. 100 dusk from doing stem sets most of the time. Libraries rock, so I need a library. Yeah, so libraries, pretty useful building. We've talked a lot about them today and looked at a lot of the stuff that they do, but high earner. Slow turnaround, but like pretty much guaranteed income over a long period of time, and sort of the basis for skills, and so many people need so much research for skills all the way up. So going to be pretty stable for a long period of time. That being said, libraries will be one of the most important buildings. Yeah, most people are going to need a library and a training hall. Yeah, so that being said, let's get the giveaway set up here for today. Giveaway. Yes. Giveaway. Oh, we did. That's done. Add a giveaway. 150 vibes before the big update to Coast on My Radio. Yep. Leveling up your skills to have a library. You level up your skills in the training hall. You can get them all the way up to 5 without requiring a library. And after level 5, you're going to need research papers. Custom giveaway for library, training hall, plus 3 chapters. Alright, so we're going to do 3 minutes on the giveaway clock. 1 library, 1 training hall, chapters 1 to 3. Alright, giveaway has been set up. You have 3 minutes to get your name in the giveaway for today. Exclamation mark raffle will put your name in the hat to win all of the stuff for today. You do have to be following the stream, like we said earlier, if you would like to be drawn. If you get your raffle in and you're not following, it will not choose your name from the raffle. So we'll let that sort of fly by there for just a little bit. And if people have any questions on anything else, we can maybe poke around a couple more buildings before we call it a day here. Did we... Yeah, we really want to get these water filters turned on again, but is it 3 winners? No, all stuff is going to 1 winner. 1 person will get a training hall, a library, and chapters 1 to 3. Yeah. Alright, what else can we look at here? We've reset most of our buildings for today. I think all of our solar panels that we're finishing are all done. We could dump a bunch of power into our CAD to make ourselves some more CO2, maybe. Yep, exclamation mark raffle. Thanks for your time, sharing, explaining all this stuff. Yeah, of course. Definitely follow the stream. Keep an eye out in the Discord. We always let people know when we're going live. And, spending all my time in this game. Hey, Omaretta. Hey, Tariki. Accidentally burned a promo pack. Dude NFT. When I win the library, which level should I take it? Level 2 is required to do all those research papers we were looking at today. Yeah, that's a rough time. Okay, I think... Oh, we have some room on these grind and brews. I wonder if we can get any coffee going. No, we gotta grow more coffee. So if you're hey, Jeepuelo, if you're running rig tasks, the 3s have the best sort of bang for your buck, but you need to run the 1 for regolith mining to get the barite to be able to run number 3. Take it to 10 and get loads of dusk. Yeah, it's going to cost a fair bit to get it all the way leveled up, because library shards are quite expensive, but you need to at least get it to level 2 in order to do all these researches. That's the level requirement. At level 1, you could just do some basic seed studies, where you turn greenhouse shards into seeds. Big boy Marinko, thought you were telling me to enter the library giveaway. Yeah, enter the library giveaway. Exclamation mark raffle. $7 cup of coffee will help you combat homesickness. Starbucks on Mars. Alright. Thank you everybody for entering the raffle today and for hanging out with us on stream. It's been a blast. Always love hanging out with everybody here. Answering questions and getting that info out to the players. Please, yeah. If you are not already following, hit follow so that you can actually win the giveaway. Alright. Let's go do the thing. We will pick a winner out of today's list. Pick a winner. Pick a winner. OP Influencer is our winner for today. I'm happy to see it go to a regular. I'm pretty sure we've seen you tune in a number of times. OP, definitely shoot me your Discord name so that we can get in touch and we can get you sorted out. We'll get in touch over on the Discord, and we'll connect you with your prizes. For everybody else, thanks so much for tuning in. OP, what's your Discord ID? We need to get in touch. Thanks everyone else for tuning in. If you haven't already, go check out the YouTube if you're a new player. Fantastic support, great videos, great tutorials over there for anybody to go and learn. And the highest recommendation I can give for anybody else is to make your way to the Discord, because there's loads of info. There's people answering questions there all the time. Just great support. Make your way over to the Discord. Go say hi. All right. Thank you, everybody. I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all another time. Ooh.